All right, so yeah, this is Shells. Let's talk about the music, and we're having a little bit of difficulties. The whole point of this whole talk show is to talk to musicians about some controversial topics they choose to talk about. And tonight, Strangely Alright is gonna be here for now until 10, and then we're gonna switch it up to SleepyPilot, and we're gonna talk to them about their music, their hyperness, what makes them what makes them tick as a whole band. That's the whole point. And then I'm here in Tacoma, and Spider's out there in Ohio. And since we're a global mix of music, we go all over the world. And some unknown reason, Skype is deciding it's going to be stupid. And I don't know why it's decided to do this. I pay my bill. Trust me, I pay the bill. Maybe I need to go do that right now. I don't know. Anyway, so let's go back to some music real quick, and I'm going to see what the heck is, and I want to, you know what? Screw it. What the hell is going on? So, hang on a minute. Strangely. All right. We're going to play Come On. Alrighty. Still having a little bit of difficulties, but we'll get back to it. So let's take a small little break, and then we'll be back, okay? Hang on.
Well, that was some boring music.
Spike?
Come on, where's the Justin Bieber? Where's the Katy Perry? Where's the Fallout Boy?
Noddle, you have witch powers. Turn him into a chipmunk and feed him to the owl outside.
I will do no such thing. We're here to talk about our website.
HomeCanineNeutering.com?
What?
No! InvaderPet.com, where people can check out our comic strips or locate bookstores selling bookmarks with our comics on them. So, listeners, want to see comics of me, Noddle the Witch, my pets Kaylee Cat, and Spike Beagle? Go to InvaderPet.com and check us out.
Seriously, though, you guys really have a canine neutering website?
Hey everyone! Want to know how you can help Let's Talk About the Music stay on the air and earn some VIP privileges at the same time? Go to patreon.com/LTATM radio to find out how you can get involved. That's patreon.com. Let's Talk About the Music.
Magical Things offers fantasy art for festival and everyday living, featuring the fine arts and craft creations of Marjorie Delaney on practical printed products such as journals, mugs, costuming, wearable art, formal wear, and accessories. We also carry a line of magical supplies, including candles, oils, herbs, and limited ritual items. All items are created in a scenic studio space in Culpeper, Virginia, and available throughout the world online, as well as at festivals and events. Magical Things offers custom creations too, such as costuming, illustrations, and more. Come visit us at magicalfantasy.com.
Let's Talk About the Music is wanting your sponsorship to help support local independent music and musicians worldwide. We have different levels of sponsorship for everyone, including up-and-coming bands and musicians, to give a little more boost to your promotions. Let's Talk About the Music is also looking to podcast live from your music-related special events, shows, and venues. For more information, go to letstalkaboutthemusic.com.
Let's talk about the music shows, and we're still trying to figure out why we're not able to add any musicians to the conversation with Spider myself, which we have done it for all our other past shows. For some reason, we're not able to add anybody else. I even tried to call Kimberly in Texas and see if it was going to work, and it did work. So I'm not sure what's going on. Anyway, so any other bands out there like Jason or Raymond wants to call in, go ahead and do that. We'll see if it's just Reagan's phone number that doesn't want to cooperate. Because I even tried calling Reagan back, and it wasn't working either. So,
yeah, I didn't think about that. It could be the phone itself maybe just doesn't like your Skype or something. It's hard to say.
It could be. So I don't know if he's calling from a landlord or phone. I mean, it shouldn't really matter much. But, hey, live radio, what can you do? So if any of the musicians wants to call in and come on, then be like Strangely Alright and come on!
If you are a Strangely Alright impersonator, then we'll welcome you on the show as a stand-in in the meantime.
Right. So anyway, here's a lowdown of the show real quickly, okay? Yes, we do interview all the musicians that I booked to come onto the show, and we talk about what's important to them and what makes them tick, what's in important conversations that makes it a controversial talk show, and what makes us humorous is that, well, Spider and I, we think we're comedians. We should take our stuff on the road, but really we're just a performer and a musicians having a lot of fun. And we talk about music. That's basically what it is. Just like.
And I'm really not that funny. I just play somebody funny on the radio.
And so since we're trying to figure out what's going on the shows, we'll just push on until somebody else wants to call in and be part of it, and we'll have a phone interview with these local bands that's from Tacoma and Seattle. I do know that Reagan is here in Tacoma, and he parties all over, or not parties, but sings all over Future Sound, and then we have Raymond, who was the keyboardist of the band, Straight All Right. And we have Jason, who is a drummer for both bands, Sleepy All Right and SleepyPilot. And we got both of those music to be played. And hopefully we'll interview the band like we do on every single episode. Except for some reason, 36 is giving us a bad time. I don't know. So, and also, we also talked to people in the chat room. We have a new chatter in there. He is from Haiti. And, Haiti. Thank you. I knew I was saying that right a long time ago. And he's in the chat room for the very first time. So welcome, Pierre. And then, so anyone in the chat room, you guys can ask us questions, or you can ask the musician questions, whatever the topic we decide to talk about. Which we have no topic, so we're gonna leave it to the musicians what they wanted to talk about. And beginning of the whole show, we play our music video pick, which was Tony Clark and the Killing Time from Germany, who happens to be a local boy here from Bremerton. He's actually grew up here, but he lives in Germany with his career.